All right, today we're going deep into the chronicle of a really different kind of entity, Belial. Forget everything you think you know about fire and brimstone. This is a figure of profound, subtle menace, the one they call the Lord of the Empty Spaces. Let's peel back the layers and see what makes him tick. And this right here, this quote really sets the stage for everything. See, we're not talking about some run-of-the-mill demon. This is pointing to something way older, a primordial, philosophical force that's claiming it was there before creation itself. Exactly. We've all got that image in our heads, right? Horns, rage, pure destruction. But this whole story challenges that. We're going to explore a totally different kind of evil, one that's way more insidious because it's not after your body. It wants to completely subjugate your will.
So first up, let's get a handle on what this thing actually is. A spirit that denies, the prince of lawlessness. He doesn't work through brute force. His power comes from pure negation, from undoing.
This really lays it all out, doesn't it? On one hand, you have the classic beast of the pit, all fire, horns, rage, destruction. But Belial, the lord of empty spaces, he's the complete opposite. Cold, velvet, a chilling indifference. His goal isn't just to destroy you, it's total subjugation. It's a psychological war. And just get a load of his appearance. He's not monstrous, he's elegant. And that's what's so unnerving. The source material paints this picture of a subtle, Mephistophelian figure. A sophisticated tempter. Clad in midnight velvet, a voice like rustling parchment, and eyes with the cold clarity of a winter moon. It all just screams ancient, cold intelligence. And all of this, his appearance, his methods, it all comes from his core ideology. He's a cosmic nihilist, and his philosophy of the void is designed to tempt your intellect, not just your desires. So what is cosmic nihilism? Well, it's the belief that the universe is fundamentally hollow and vain. Belial's whole argument is that everything we build our lives on, morality, purpose, meaning, it's all just a painted veil. He doesn't hate the light. He just sort of mocks it with this weary, sophisticated indifference. He invites you to see the glorious rot underneath it all. Okay, an abstract philosophy is one thing, but how does it become a real, tangible threat? Well, this is where it gets truly terrifying. Through his most famous creation, he's the architect of the Nosferatu, the father of the cursed bloodline. Now, this is absolutely crucial. He doesn't grant eternal life. That's the big lie. He engineers a living death. It is a sick joke, a complete mockery of eternity that's designed to perfectly mirror his own meaningless, infernal exile. It's not a gift, it is a cage. And the architecture of this curse is just diabolical. First, you have the living death, the foundation of it all, a mockery of real life. Then you have the hunger, and it's not just for blood. It's the human soul's own bottomless greed made physical and agonizing. And finally, what Belial calls the truth, a cold, silent pestilence that makes everyone, beggar or king, equal in their decay. So how does anyone fall for this? How does this trap get sprung? It all starts with the contract of the void, found within his infernal grimoire. This is so cool. His book, his grimoire, it's not filled with spells to conjure things or create power. No, it's filled with negations. His entire power comes from undoing things. He's a deconstructionist. He dismantles morality, hope, meaning, you name it. And the deception itself is a masterpiece of manipulation, really. It plays out in 3 steps. First, the offer. He gives you the keys to the entire universe, absolute power. Then, the reveal. Turns out, the keys are useless because all the locks have already been removed from the doors of the abyss. There's nothing left to control. And the result? Your will, the very thing that reached for that power, is now his. I mean, that quote just says it all. The cynicism is breathtaking. It's the ultimate bait and switch. He gives you the illusion of infinite control over a reality that he has already rendered completely meaningless. The power was never real, but the price you paid, your own will, is. And all of this builds to the grand climax of his philosophy, the paradox of the yoke, which is really just a new, more elegant form of slavery. So you have to ask yourself, after everything he's offered, after freeing you from the old rules and laws, is any of this true freedom? And here is the brutal, simple answer. It's a trap, plain and simple. You are freed from one thing, the so-called laws of God, the old yoke, but you are immediately bound to a new, far more tyrannical master, the insatiable biological hunger of the Strigoi. You just traded a set of moral rules for an inescapable predatory drive. And this becomes the new reality for his servants. To serve Belial is to finally realize that the sun is a lie and that the only truth left is the cold, silent pestilence that levels everyone, beggar and king, in the end. All warmth, all hope is just an illusion. So when you boil it all down, Belial is the ultimate cynic. He's a living paradox, a darkness that seems to desire the light, if only to define itself against it. And by existing, he ensures that the shadow of nihilism, the shadow of the Nosferatu, will always outstretch the reach of faith. And so, we're left with the same question he poses to all his potential victims. His entire philosophy hangs on this one unsettling idea. If he's right, if morality really is just a painted veil, what in the world lies beneath? That's the question at the very heart of the Lord of the Empty Spaces.